Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Chicago Thrill Yards. It's me again, and this is a $45 million coaster. And I'm going to show you how to operate it. And looks like we're not supposed to be here. I don't think we're authorized. You could sneak in, but they might have snipers posted up there. Oh, we got enlist for a mission. Oh, that's nice. Alright. Silliness aside, this is our gun labs area of the park. Let's show you around. So this is our mess hall. They've got fairly standard fare in there: hamburgers, brats, hot dogs, potatoes, for fairly expensive price. You're not going to find really anything themed or special in there. It's just a mess hall. Moving right along this way, you have the PX, or the military exchange. So what's in here is you've got all of your coaster merch in here. You've even got some Eggman merch. And it's found a lot of really good stuff in here. If you want a Finalhazard shirt or sweater or hoodie or anything, you can find it in here. Next up, right over here is Gun Labs, the sinister secrets of Project Shadow. This is a year-round hunt maze. Usually doesn't get too long of a line, but we might have to extend the queue during October, which is when we dial this thing up and get it all ready and add some special features. This basically takes you through some elements of Shadow's backstory that maybe we haven't learned about yet. That maybe there's a lot more to the creation of Shadow the Hedgehog than we thought. And maybe this story is a lot darker and a lot more sinister than even we've been told. It's already pretty sinister. There might be horrors in there that you can't even imagine. Anyway, coming through here, you got your equipment storage, which is your lockers. You got 15 pods, 144 lockers each. Thousands upon thousands of lockers like every one of our other rides, and they're free for the duration of the queue line, plus an hour. So, not really an excuse, and that time is put on hold if the ride is down. Over here is Debrief, also known as where we pester you about buying your photo. For those wondering where the camera is, right in the fire trough over there. Yeah. Take your picture in the best possible spot. And you can buy it here. Get all your usual options. Oh! But there's one more thing that we've started adding. We've updated all of our on-ride cameras, so now you have a video. A themed video of your train passing by that you can buy along with it. And if you have all-season Picture Pass, we add that to your Picture Pass as well. Why am I walking this way? That's not where I want to go. And over here is out processing, or the right exit. This is actually where you go in if you are alternate access, because see, we have an elevator over there. How to do alternate access, I will go over later. But you either go left if you're ambulatory or right if you're not. And then you can go up the exit there and up the stairs and just wait there and we'll load you. Or right up the elevator. There's an A phone there too in case you gotta call up to the station.
Attention all base personnel. please stand by for an announcement from Gun Commander Stone. This is Commander Arthur T. Stone.
So we're going to go,
volunteers for joining Operation
and I'm going to show you through the queue. So this is our queue. It is quite a big one. Like a lot of the queues here at Chicago Thrill Yards. It is a very long one.
With that in mind, time
and there's a lot of easy queue space as well. We're going to go up real quick. We're going to cross so I can show you the queue.
Thank you again for volunteering and for your contributions to Operation Finalhazard and to citizens.
Gotta wait for the dispatch here. Gotta wait for the next train to park.
Welcome back, fighters. When your vehicle stops, pull down and push up on your lap bars and exit to the left. Report to debrief and then re-enlist for another mission. Thank you all for your efforts to save the world.
Would you guys wait a minute, please?
Please step quickly
Cross.
through your gates. Only loose-fitting shoes should be placed in the bins. Anything else is prohibited and must fly with you. Fighters waiting to board, please step back as the gates are closing. Take your seat and immediately pull down your lap bar until tight. There is no seatbelt. Raise your arms as the crew secures you.
Let's go down this way.
Remain seated with hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the vehicle with head back and feet down.
There's our maintenance shed, by the way.
We must stop shadowing those tracks. With the power of the emeralds,
yeah, this whole thing is very big and very expensive. Oh, in case you're wondering what that is one of the old Port of Chicago grain elevators. There's one way over there, too. Things are huge. They're relics of when Chicago used to be a big old grain port. So here's the launch station, which is the final part of our queue. A straight shot, by the way, all the way back to the entrance is an hour. Assuming full easy queue. Same with easy queue. These are barrels of Robotnik fuel, by the way. And those are Mega Mac capsules, which goes into making the fuel. Okay, so these are all 12.5. And there's 4 here. Plus another 2 here. So if this little thing is full, it's 1 hour and 50 minutes. And then this full too is 2 hours and 15 minutes. Assuming everything else is full too. Over here, we have 15-minute switchbacks. And there's 5 of them. So if all those are full, it's 3 hours and 30 minutes from back here. So going through here, we've got some posters. This one's depicting the space station coming to the Earth. All the Chaos Emeralds. It's really cool. That's the exit path up there, by the way. We put these in. They're kind of, vomit shields. There's some drainage up there, too. In case people decide to lean over and throw up over the side, you can wash it away over here, and it'll drain out. So this is the entrance to the prep station. These are lots more Mega Mac capsules that are going to go into prepping the fuel for your launch. Here's another poster, by the way. This one's of all the Chaos Emeralds, in the order that you usually get them in the games. The Emeralds are what we're bringing together to stop Shadow from using Chaos Control to, destroy the world. This is more Eggman fuel. This is where we pipe it in from. So each of these are 30-minute switchbacks. There's 5 of them. And when all is said and done, when the entire queue is full, that's a whopping 5 hours. So yeah, easy queue over here. Let's hop over real quick. So here's our sign here. Gunn wants us to team up with Eggman to save the world. This is our fuel station, because that's why there's so many fuel barrels here. Here's another poster. Gunn is calling this Project Shadow 2.0. Basically, Project Shadow 2.0 is basically stop Shadow from destroying the world. Anyway. Actually, full easy queue is just 45 minutes. Down in that corner is down the stairs 15, to that corner is another 15. Actually, no, it is an hour. Like right over here, the second poster is another 15, and then up the stairs over there is an hour. Anyway, that's our queue. It's all kind of in the ground. Don't worry about drainage. We have enough drainage. And we pump it all out to Lake Michigan. If it rains. Alright. So, let's continue. That was our cue. It's time for some general information about the ride. Finalhazard is a B&M Giga Coaster. Alright. There's a test seat right out here. You need 2 clicks. If you've ridden Orion, the fit is the same as that, except there's no annoying seatbelt. Not that it makes a difference, it fit anyway. You need 2 clicks for the light to turn green. It's a clammy shell lap bar, same as Orion. It's got the new seats, nice and wide. The new clammy shell is really comfy.
Chemical plant zone for immediate deployment. Repeat, code blue. Will the artificial chaos containment team please report to chemical
maximum
plant
height
zone
is
for
340 feet. The drop is 345 at an 86-degree angle. You get up to 99 miles per hour. Due to the insane speed, the ride will close in moderate rain. Or the ride will close in heavy rain. My bad. Moderate rain, we just take a train off. But riding it in the rain isn't exactly pleasant at that speed. So, let's see. Let's go down the list here. Guests who are riding have to have a minimum of 3 functioning extremities. So 1 functioning arm, 2 functioning legs, 2 functioning arms are sufficient instead of 3 functioning extremities if the guest has normal center of gravity. Lower extremities are sufficiently strong to maintain proper riding posture under the dynamic conditions of the ride. Any amputations on those legs must be below the ankle. So, arm prosthetics. Guests with arm prosthetics should not ride with them unless they can ensure they are properly secured and will remain in place during the ride. Leg and or foot prosthetics are not permitted in the ride, so no leg. So, yeah, prosthetic legs, no. But guests with certain amputations, we do have a full body harness available in row 6, the 2 right seats. We have hooks for the full body harness. A full time. So what you're gonna do is you have someone who needs to use it. You will call. First of all, they'll schedule a time to come up. Full-time usually get there. If they're there without full-time, go ahead and call for Area 3, because that's what this ride is in. Go ahead and call for Area 3, and full-time will be over shortly. Keep in mind that full-time is required to use the full body harness, although we are going to train everyone here to help with it. It's basically, yeah. If they have, like, no limbs or missing limbs, they can use the full body harness. And we have 2 seats fitted with the apparatus, so it's fine with that. So, guest service, if they're not sure if they're able to use, they'll carry a certification with them. They have to get that from guest services that says they are able to use the full body harness. Cervical collars, neck braces, broken collarbones, not permitted. Casts of any kind are not permitted on the ride. So if you've cast, well, maybe next time. I promise this ride will still be here when you get your cast off. So, wheelchair uses elevator. Everyone else takes the stairs. Riders in a wheelchair should have some means of transferring from the wheelchair into the seat. Whether it's a person lifting them, or they might, if they can walk just weakly, they might have to take some steps on their own. Ride-ups, you can give them a hand with this. Don't worry about it too much. Loose articles other than water bottles. Alright, so loose article policy. Anything that cannot fit securely in your pockets, except for water bottles. Starting this year, starting like a few days ago, we are letting water bottles into the queue and on platform now. Those can just be left on the side of the platform while loose fitting shoes get left in the shoe. But everything else, lockers. Probably wondering why we're suddenly allowing water bottles. First of all, honestly, it's easier and we get less complaints, and it's just much easier. And water bottles don't exactly slow everyone down. It's the people with the purses and the fanny pack, and just I gotta put them. No, can't fit in your pocket. It cannot come on the ride with you. That's go in one of our thousands of free lockers. Height requirements. Minimum height 54 inches. It's a green ride. This is the last time you're going to see these height sticks, by the way. Starting with the next ride, we're going to have the new Kings Island style height sticks that are much easier to use, along with height stands, which are over there. The max height is 80 inches. What else? That is it for entrance policies. Let's discuss alternate access real quick. 2 types of alternate access. You have normal and you have to plan your day. The normal alternate access, they will come up to you at entrance. You'll give them a time. Time is equal to current wait time plus the current time. So let's say the wait's 3 hours. They come at 1 o'clock. They can ride at 4. If they want the front row, you add an extra 15 minutes to that. So instead, it would be at 4:15 if they wanted the front row. Once they come back at their scheduled time, they will go up and talk to the exit host. The exit host will put them on. We're actually going to go over that position first before entrance, just to make things easier. So I'm going to walk over there. The exit host will ask what row they want, unless the thing says front row, although they can still change their mind if they suddenly want the back. They can choose any row at the front. The exit host will communicate with Grouper, and Grouper will leave a row unassigned so that we can load alternate access, although if there's 1, 2, or 3 of them, the grouper will put enough people there to fill the remaining seats. Plan your day passes. These are different. These are for sensory mental disorders that make it hard to wait in line. So those are different. Instead, you get an interval, you get services, and the shortest interval could be is 5 minutes. Longest it could be is 180 minutes, depending on the crowd. That way you're writing at regular intervals, because people with these kinds of disorders rely on regular intervals for writing. They rely on routine. It's to give everyone an equal playing field. So what they do is, first ride of the day, of course, cannot be Finalhazard right now. It'll be that way at least until we get another new ride. So first ride of the day cannot be Finalhazard.
Welcome back.
So what they do is, after they've taken their last ride, they will ride, and then they will get the next time after that ride, which is the time they rode plus the interval. And then they'll just come up the exit. Where you hand the exit host your pass, you write in the interval, or you write in the name of the ride, and then give the next ride time. Only 2 rides max on Finalhazard can be ridden using the regular interval. After that, any third ride and beyond has to be ridden after the time since the last ride plus the current wait time for Finalhazard has been exceeded. That's just to keep things fair and to keep alternate access from swamping Finalhazard. And yes, you can give them the front row if they want. How EasyQ plays into it. EasyQ cuts the plan your day time by let's see. You divide by let's see. 180-minute interval, 30-minute interval.
Welcome back, fighters. When your vehicle stops, pull down and push up on your lap bars and exit.
EasyQ divides the interval by
and then re-enlist for another mission. Thank
80,
you all for your
subtracts 80%. So,
oncoming fighters,
or approximately. There's a whole guide on it. Like, let's say though, if it's 180 but you bought EasyQ, you get the 30-minute interval instead.
Please step back as the gates are closing.
And then you just take the EasyQ time into effect. It'll have EasyQ written on it. And then of course, if they have the regular alternate access pass, then it's the current time plus the EasyQ time. Front row is still going to be an extra 15 minutes regardless.
We must stop Shadow in his tracks. With the power of the world, you can help save the world.
Item passes, so occasionally someone will get through with an item that's not supposed to be there. They get up there, up to grouper, and they get caught with it. And they get sent back down, put in a locker, and they get an item ticket, which gets them in through EasyQ the next time around. EasyQ for at least the first little bit really won't be very long, because regular EasyQ you only get 1 ride a day. Other than that, EasyQ Plus is,
welcome back, fighters.
You know, we got the whole rolling 60-minute window thing. Shouldn't be too swamped.
For another mission. Thank you all for your efforts to save the world.
Parent swaps.
Please step quickly through your gates. Only loose fitting shoes.
Say you got little ones under 54 inches that need to be watched.
Fighters waiting to board. Step back as the gates are closing.
Entrance or anyone else will have a box up here too. They can give you a parent swap pass. So what you do is take the parent swap pass. You write your name on it. And
we must stop Shadow in his tracks. With the power of the emeralds,
you write your phone number.
Help save the world.
And then You have everyone except for 2 people wait in the line. 2 people plus the kid. They wait in line. They take the parent swap with them. They get up here. They ride. They end parent swap to exit house. Then they go back down. Then they go meet up with their group. And then the 2 people who haven't ridden yet come back. You give your name. And then name and phone number. And if they match, then you give the parent swap back. And then the other 2 people get put on any row except the front, unless
when your vehicle stops, pull down and push up on your lap bars and exit to the left.
Unless the parent swap group just came from
Thank you
the
all for
front
your
row.
efforts to save the world.
Um,
Oncoming fighters, please step quickly
what else
through
is
your
there?
gates. Only loose-fitting shoes should be placed in the bins.
I
Anything else
believe
prohibited
that
and must fly
is
with you.
it for
Fighters
that.
waiting to board, please step back as the gates are
Um,
closing. Take your seat and immediately pull down your lap bar until
It's time to
tight.
start going
There
over
is no
positions.
seatbelt.
Alright,
Raise
so
your
this is
arms
exit
as the crew
host.
secures you. During the
Um,
ride, remain seated with hands
your
on
job
feet
here
and
is
legs
simply
inside
switch
the
bins,
vehicle with head back
take
and
care
feet down
of,
at all
well,
times. We
take
must
care
stop shadowing
of-
those tracks. With the power of the emeralds, you can help save the world.
I'm not going to go over cutting positions anymore, by the way, because you pretty much know what the patterns are. It's if there's 2 crowd or enters, you cut those, and then you cut exit, then restraint check. You know the patterns with those. I don't need to keep going over that. So exit host, your job is to flip bins, take care of alternate access. That's basically it. And to communicate, if you need to use the A phone, use it with crowd that you need rows reserved for the people. Basically it.
Welcome back, fighters.
Do not load
When your
alternate
vehicle
access
stops,
more
pull
often
down
than every
and push
third
up on
train.
your lap bars and exit to the left. Report to debrief.
Especially if they're all
going
gonna
to
ask for the front.
mission. Thank you all for
Then
your
you,
efforts to save the world.
Then you're going to have issues of people complaining that they're always getting stymied by alternate access.
Anything else is prohibited.
Careful with how often you're
Fighters waiting to board, please step back as the gates
putting
are
people on.
closing. Take your
That's
seat
basically
and
it.
immediately pull down your lap bar until tight.
Nothing else to it.
There is no seatbelt.
Alright, let's go back
Raise
down
your
on the
arms as
entrance.
The crew secures you. During the ride, remain seated with hands, arms, feet, and legs.
Alright,
inside
so
the
yeah,
vehicle.
there's
Head back and
11 positions,
times.
2
You must
entrance,
stop shadowing his tracks.
2 grouper, or 2 greeter, 2 grouper, exit, 4 restraint checking, and controls. Wait, that's only 10. Yeah, 10 positions. Rotate every 30 minutes. One of the greeters starts a bump rotation. They go up to grouper. Grouper goes to load 1. Goes back to load 2. Over to unload 2. Then unload 1. And then controls. And then exit, and then back down to greeter. If we cut a greeter gets rotated up brakes, but we're gonna cut crowd first, or we're gonna cut grouper first. One of the groupers, and then one of the entrances, and then exit, and then 2 return chicken. So this could run with as few as 5 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Run it with as few as 5 people. In that case, we rotate grouper up. We rotate greeter off of brakes, and then we do platform rotations. So, alright, this is entrance. First line defense against loose articles, height checks, and anything else. Jobs to sit here. Your height stick in hand. Don't play with these. You might be able to get away with it with the new height sticks. They got metal caps. But these don't, so don't play with them, otherwise they'll shorten. Sit here, watch the people coming in. Your job is to check
Attention all
EZQ.
base
They'll also be
personnel.
scanning
This
over
is a
there.
courtesy reminder that all volunteer personnel must have their ID badge.
You notice someone
or
who's a little
readiness
short?
documents
Have the
with
other
them
entrance
at
take care
all
of things.
times while
Greeter
on
take care of
launch
things.
base zone
Go
and
back
while
here
in the
and
designated
measure.
perimeter around
Use the
gun
height stand
labs.
by swinging the
Those
triangle
without the
slowly
proper
over the kid's head.
credentials will be
Have the kid
detained and
sitting up straight,
held at
feet
the
together.
discretion
Make
of
sure
gun
their shoes aren't
personnel
stuffed.
for an indefinite
Make sure they're
length
all the way
of
back.
time.
Make
You
sure
are
they
to
breathe
present
in.
these documents
That way
at
they're
any
fully
time
like
to gun
unbent.
agents when
And
asked,
then
or face possible
make sure
interrogation and
they're not on their
arrest. This is
tiptoes.
necessary to
If it
protect
hits
the
their head
security
solid,
and
then they're
success
good.
of
If
Operation
not,
Finalhazard. That is
then
all.
no. If you can't tell, send them to get services to get officially measured. It'll become their problem. They'll come back with a height wristband. If it's a yes and they're close, give them a 54-inch wristband. That way they don't keep going around and getting, hassled at every other 54-inch ride, like 777, like Combustion, and like Voyager. So basically that's it. Just sit here, look pretty, don't let anything through that it's not supposed to be through, and be nice. You're gonna get Karens, just be nice, okay? You can talk crap about them at lunch when you go on your break. Anyway, continuing on through, let's go through EZQ again. Yep, this is one hell of a ride. It's, like I said, $45 million. Easily the largest investment in Chicago Thrill Yards history. And boy, did we have to jump through hoops to get the city of Chicago to okay this one. We didn't think there was an airport like right in that direction. We didn't think we were going to be able to get this built here because of the airport, but surprisingly, we're not quite in the flight path. Being this tall, Chicago's got 3 main airports. Got O'Hare, Midway, and Executive. I believe it's Executive that's the one that we were worried about. I have to check again.
Attention base personnel, as volunteer shuttles continue to arrive.
If you're in any position and you want to rotate around, want to be rotated around and make sure everyone else is okay with it. Cause any fights, cause problems. Alright, here.
We must stop Shadow in his tracks.
Second line defense
Power of the Emeralds,
against
you can help
loose
save the
articles,
world.
stuff that shouldn't be here. But in addition to that, you're assigning rows. We made the chutes a bit longer so that we can assign multiple groups. It's not that hard. Just make sure people go to their assigned rows. And if you're assigning multiple groups of 4 at a time, make sure you're assigning no more than 3, because that's how many fit in the chutes. Except for front row. Just people want the front row, just send them there.
Welcome back,
Exit will
Tigers.
deal with alternate
When the
access
vehicle
when they get
stops,
out.
pull down
When
and
they
push
get
up
out
on
there.
your lap
They want
bars
the
and
front.
exit to the left. Report to debrief and then re-enlist for another mission. Thank you all for your efforts.
But yeah,
to
make
save
sure you're
the
communicating
world.
with exit
Oncoming
so that you're
fighters, please step quickly through your gates.
so that you're
Only
leaving
loose
seats
shoes should be
open
placed
for
in the
alternate
bins.
access as
Anything
soon
else
as
is
possible.
prohibited and must fly with you. Fighters waiting to board,
When it's
please
time to
step
load
back
them.
as the gates are closing. Take your seat and
Other than that,
immediately
be
pull down
nice.
your lap bar until tight. There is no seatbelt.
People are going to get
Raise
upset
your
if they're
arms
suddenly
as the
turned
crew
away.
secures you. During the
At
ride,
grouper.
remain seated with hands, arms
You got
crossed
exit
on the right,
passes with you.
inside the
Use your
vehicle,
discretion.
with
Give
head
it to
back
them.
and feet down at
Make
all
them
times.
happy.
We must
I
stop
recommend
Shadow
another
in his
really good
tracks.
ride.
With the
You
power
know,
of the Emeralds,
if
you can
they-
help save the
They're
world.
excited. Oh, finally tall enough to ride Finalhazard. Oh no. We're 53 inches instead of 54. Send them to Megamac. It's right over there. This is technically Eggman Land still. It's right over there. on that side. Just send them over there. Mega Max only 52 inches. Anyway, enough of that tangent. We are going to go over restraint checking when this train parks.
Welcome back, fighters. When your vehicle stops, pull down and push up on your lap bars and exit to the left. Report to debrief and then re-enlist for another mission. Thank you all for your efforts to save the world.
All right, this is load
shoes should be placed in
one.
bins. Anything else is prohibited and must fly with you.
Fighters
waiting to board.
You have your low clear.
Step back as the
Order
gates
of
are
clears
closing.
goes
Take your seat and immediately
you,
pull down your
then
lap bar
them,
until tight. There is no seatbelt.
and they
Raise
wait
your
for a low
arms
clear
as the
from over
cross
there.
secures you.
It goes
During the
there,
ride,
then
right
there.
side, hands, arms,
You
feet,
shoot the
and
low
legs
clear,
inside
and then
the
they change their
vehicle.
low clear to a
With
high
back
clear,
and feet down
and then
at all times.
control says all clear and presses his mushrooms. This is a pressure pad. This is what you're supposed to be standing on when you dispatch the train. But do it carefully because they time out after like 5 seconds if not everyone's standing on their pad. So do not stand on your pad until you're ready to put on your clear, and then just stand on it. All nice and happy. Fun fact, during test rides in the morning, we might not have enough people to dispatch the train while we're setting test rides, but usually it's only 1 or 2 off. So what we use is what we called at Cedar Point the Gerald method. It was named after one of my supervisors from Top Rope Dragster, and one day at Rougarou. Really awesome guy. Did not take crap from annoying guests. And I don't expect you to either. Because they don't only ruin your experience, they ruin the experience for guests around them too. Anyway, what we do is we take the trash can, maybe the water cooler too, and put it on top of there, and then it would be enough weight so that the pressure pad registers.
During the ride, remain seated with hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the
So, anyway, that's how the pressure pads work. Restraint checking. I know you may have seen them checking with one hand on Orion, and you definitely saw them checking each restraint with one hand at Raging Bull. This is not what we're doing here. There's no seatbelt to check, and there's no reason to go horribly fast because there's 4 of you. So instead, what you're going to do is you're going to check each restraint with 2 hands. Close fist, push, and pull. And this is not just Raging Bull and Orion we're to have. It's every other B&M. This is not what we're doing here. Check. You can still check plenty fast with 2 hands.
Welcome back, fighters.
So I'm going to show you. You're going to go front to back, and that's the same for every position. You're front to back, you're going to check these 8 seats right up here. So you're going to come out here. Everyone's getting in. You're putting your water bottles and loose-fitting shoes away. These shoes go in the shoe bin. Please enforce that. And then, restraints lock. You're going to go in here. You're going to push-pull, and then you're going to push-pull over here. Push-pull. Step over, push-pull. Push-pull, step over, push-pull. Push-pull, step over, push-pull. And that's how you do it. And then you go back, you look at your seats, you come over here, standing right next to your pad, you look out here, you make sure no one's there, you look down the line, make sure the other operator's in their safe zone, not operator 10, you know what I mean? And then when everything's ready, you get on your pad and you put out your clear. And everyone else who has the pad should be doing the same thing. And then the train's going to start moving, and then you can put your clear down. Easy as pie, right? Anyway. In comes the train. We're going to do that 2 more times, and then we're going to rotate to load 2, which is enable.
Thank you all for your efforts to
I'm stand right out here. In comes everyone.
Step quickly through your gates.
Putting their water bottles or whatever.
Anything else is prohibited and must fly with you. Fighters waiting to board, please step back as the gates.
So usually put them right around the line, so you don't have to worry about them getting in the way. As long as they don't put them in front of here.
Raise your arms as the crew secures you. During the ride, remain seated with hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the vehicle, with head back and feet down at all times. We must stop Shadow in his tracks. With the power of the emeralds, you can help save the world.
Just like that. The interval, by the way, isn't very isn't as far as B&Ms go, it's pretty slow. Technically, you can send a train soon as train behind crests the lift. It'll just crawl up the whole time. All right, go ahead. All clear. Don't forget to watch your train while it's going out. And don't forget to pay attention to the screen back there and make sure everyone's at 2 clicks. Of course, if you can't get it after 3 pushes of rising successive strength, which is a pretty high bar, these tend to fit pretty decently sized people, then of course you have to send them out. There are no big seats. Every seat is more or less the same. There might be 1 or 2 that are a little iffy compared to the others. And I said may because I don't even know if there are. There might be one that's a little more forgiving.
Take your seat and immediately
if it's an enthusiast,
until tight. There is no seatbelt.
Then they'll usually know.
As the crew secures you. During the ride, remain seated with hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the vehicle, with head back
where
and
those
feet
seats
down
are
at all times. We must stop Shadow in his tracks. With the power of the emeralds, you can help save the world.
Yeah, we're all ready to save the world. Woo! Again. And this time it's not Eggman that's threatening to destroy it. He's actually the one helping save it. Finalhazard's ready. All clear. Alright, after the train parks, we're going to go ahead and rotate back there.
Welcome back, fighters. When your vehicle stops, pull down and push up on your lap bars and exit to the left. Report to debrief and then re-enlist for another mission. Thank you all for your efforts to save the world.
Go ahead back here.
Oncoming fighters, please step quickly through your gates. Only loose-fitting shoes should be placed in the bins. Anything else is prohibited and must fly with you. Fighters waiting to board.
Alright, so you got your A phone, of course, like the other position. Here's your enable panel.
Until tight. There is no
it consists of a mushroom on top, e-stop button over here, your gates button. So basically, gates are automatic. You only press open gates if gates have been set to manual, and controls will say gate set to manual. Before they do that, you might need to do if we go down, have to load alternate access with limited mobility. Got to do when we have to do the full body harness, etc. Oi. Sorry, a little full from lunch earlier. So you're going to check the 8 seats back here. You're going to check front to back like before. And then you're going to come over here. This button does not time out, by the way. You're going to do your eye cycle. You're going to look back here. You're going to look down the platform for the low clear. Do the low clear over here. You're going to look across. And you get a low clear from over there. Once you get the low clear over here, you switch your low clear to a high clear, and you press your button.
Oncoming fighters, please
and they're going to say all clear, and then it's time to send the train. So let's try it. Once these gates close.
Fighters waiting
stand right over here.
Please step back as the
and then you're going to go back over here.
Take your seat and immediately
and then you're going to go
lap bar until tight. There is no seat
like
belt.
you did before.
Raise your arms as the crew secures you. During the ride, remain seated with hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the
push
vehicle.
And pull with 2 hands.
Down at all times.
You're going to come back here.
Shadow in his tracks. With the power of the emeralds,
down there.
You can help save the world.
Here, waiting for the low clear. And they're going to come back here. Cross. Got a high clear. Low clear. All right, put up your high clear and press your mushroom. Hello, control. There we go. All clear. Alright, 2 more. Make sure you watch your train coming in.
Welcome back, fighters. When your vehicle stops, pull down and push up on your lap bars and exit to the left. Report to debrief and then re-enlist for another mission. Thank you all for your efforts to save the world.
Alright, wait for people to come in.
Step quickly through your gates. Only loose-fitting shoes should be placed in the bins. Anything else is prohibited.
Alright, go ahead and close the gates.
Fighters waiting to board, please step back as the gates are closing. Take your seat.
Restraints are locked. Go ahead and start checking.
There is no seatbelt. Raise your arms as the crew secures you. During the ride, remain seated with hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the vehicle, with head back and feet down at all times. We must stop Shadow in his tracks.
Go ahead and do your eye cycle.
You can help save the world.
For them to get done, wait for them to put up their low clear. Alright, go ahead. Back here. Put up your low clear. Alright, put up your high clear, press your button. All clear. One thing I forgot to mention was unlocking trains. If you need your seat unlocked, controls can unlock 2 seats at a time. Not 2 rows at a time, 2 seats at a time. So, if you're standing next to the row and you need an unlock, you're going to hold up 2 hand signals. Close gates. You're going to hold up the number of the row that you need unlocked.
There is no seatbelt.
And then you're going to hold up a 1 if you're on the right or a 2 if you're on the left.
Back and feet down at all times. We must stop Shadow in his tracks. With the power of the emeralds, you can help save the world.
So for example, you need these 2 seats unlocked. You're going to hold up an 8 and then a 1. Alright, go ahead and put down your low clear. Switch to a high clear. All clear. Awesome. Alright, when this next train parks, we're going to go ahead and cross over. We're going to go to unload 2.
Welcome back, fighters. When your vehicle stops, pull down and push up on your lap bars and exit to the left. Report to debrief and then re-enlist for another mission.
Alright, would you guys hang on for just a moment?
The world. Oncoming
Cross.
Fighters, please step quickly
Cross.
through your gates. Only loose-fitting shoes should be placed in the bins. Anything
Alright.
else is prohibited and must fly with you.
Unload 2.
Fighters waiting to
Same
board,
thing.
please step
Checking
back
these
as
8
the
seats
gates are
back here.
closing. Take your seat
This
and
is your
immediately
pressure
pull
pad
down
right
your
here.
lap
You're
bar
waiting
until
for a
tight.
low
There
clear
is no
from here.
seatbelt. Raise
And then
your
you're going to
arms as
shoot
the
a
crew
low clear
secures
across
you.
the platform.
During the ride,
Make
remain
sure
seated with hands, arms,
Enable
feet, and
can
legs
see it.
inside the vehicle, with head back and feet down at all times.
Same thing
We
as
must
always.
stop
Might be a
Shadow
little
in his
awkward on
tracks.
this side
With the
if
power
you're a
of the
lefty.
emeralds, you can help save the world.
Your eye cycle is you're going to go here and then down the line. Once the next train parks, we're going to go do it. All clear.
Welcome back, fighters. When your vehicle stops, pull down and push up on your lap bars and exit to the left. Report to debrief and then re-enlist for another mission. Thank you all for your efforts to save the world. Oncoming fighters, please step quickly
Alright,
through your
wait
gates.
for everyone to get out,
Only
go to the
loose-fitting
bins,
shoes
then
should
come
be
over
placed in the
here.
bins. Anything else is prohibited and
seats.
must fly with you. Fighters waiting to board, please
Alright,
step
gates
back.
closed.
as the gates
Restraints
are
are locked.
closing.
Go ahead.
Take your seat and immediately pull down your lap bar until tight. There is no seatbelt. Raise your arms as the crew secures you. During the ride, remain seated with hands, arms, feet, and legs
Back
inside
here.
the vehicle, with
here,
head back
over
and
here,
feet down at all times.
and then wait for low
We
clear.
must stop Shadow in his tracks. With
See, the
power
two
of
unloads are
emeralds, you can help
mostly going to
save
be
the world.
faster than Enable, because Enable's still got to close his gates. Enable's probably going to be the last one ready. So, going at the same speed. So, Enable, you got to be fast. A little faster, but don't have to be horribly fast, like I said. All right, go ahead, put out your clear. All clear. Make sure to stay on that pad. If you step off, it's going to stop dispatching. And then we're all going to have to reset again. And then everyone's going to hate you. And controls can see whose pad it is.
Welcome back, fighters.
Just
stops,
letting you know.
Push up on your lap bars and exit to
And I'm not saying I'm going to do this, but
for another mission. Thank you
there's some
all
people
for
who
your
will
efforts
call
to
out who's
save
on
the
there.
world. Oncoming
Stepped off your
fighters,
pad.
please
Same
step
goes if you
quickly
let
through
go of your button
gates.
over there.
Only loose-fitting shoes should be placed in the bins. Anything else
You have to
is
stay on your
prohibited and
pad.
must fly
You have
with
to hold down your button
Fighters
until
waiting to
restraints
board,
pop
please
up.
step back as the
All right, go
gates
ahead.
are closing. Take your seat and immediately pull down your lap bar until tight. There is no seatbelt. Raise your arms
Unlock.
as the crew secures you. During the
Oh,
ride, remain seated with
72.
hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the vehicle with head back and feet
Unlock.
down at
Up
all
bar.
times.
Down
You
bar.
must stop Shadow in
All
his
right,
tracks.
check
With
again.
the power of the emeralds, you can help save the world.
That way, you don't have to have the other person come back. All right, go ahead and... All right, there we go. Put out your low clear. All clear?
Attention base personnel.
Up bar 8. Then you'd say up bar 7374. Down bar 7374. Now I'll show you how to unlock seats in a minute when we go to controls. Alright, go ahead and rotate forward. Got one more restraint checking position to go over. And that's Load 1, who, by the way, forgot to mention, Unload 2 will be the ones taking care of alternate access in the event that we have to cut exit.
Take your seat and immediately pull down your lap bar until tight.
And then if we cut Unload 2, it's...
Raise your arms as the crew secures you.
No, we're going to keep it back to where we
hands,
cut the front
arms,
two.
feet, and legs inside the vehicle with head
And
back
then you're going to
and
check the
feet
seats up
down
here.
at
Why don't you
all
get started
times.
now,
We
actually?
must stop Shadow in his tracks. With the power of the emeralds, you can
Make it
help
a little
save
faster.
the world.
Those gates are auto gates. You don't need to push-pull those. And I cycle over here. And step back on your pad. Go ahead and put out your low clear. All clear? Wow, that music actually timed perfectly.
Welcome back, fighters. When your vehicle stops, pull down and push up on
May
your
not be
lap
that
bars
hot,
and
but it's
exit
still
to the
humid.
left. Report to
Lots of
debrief
water.
And then re-enlist for another mission. Thank you all for your efforts to
That's why I
save
give
the
you a
world.
1-gallon jug.
Oncoming fighters, please step
Go ahead and
quickly
come over
through your
here.
gates. Only loose-fitting shoes should be placed in the bins. Anything else is prohibited and must fly with you.
Water
Fighters
bottles have to
waiting
be placed
board,
against the
please
back
step
fences,
as the
not in
gates
front of the
are
gates.
closing. Take your seat and immediately pull down your lap bar until tight. There
Go
is
ahead.
no seatbelt. Raise your arms as the crew secures you. During the ride, remain seated with hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the vehicle with head back and feet down at all times. We must stop Shadow in his tracks. With the power of the emeralds, you can help save the world.
Don't step on your pad yet. They're not ready back there. They had a unlock back there. Here we go. Ooh, that was a good dispatch. Yeah, like I said, you can send a train as soon as the train in front clears the left. It's just that they're going to be crawling the whole time. They're still going to...
Welcome
They're
back,
still going to get to
fighters.
hear the whole
When your vehicle
Eggman,
stops,
Gerald
hold out and
Robotnik
push up
spiel,
on your lap
because
bars and exit to the left.
they
Report to debrief
they
and then
crawl through that
re-enlist for
anyway,
another
but,
mission. Thank you
you know.
all for your efforts to save the world. Oncoming fighters, please step quickly through your gates. Only loose-fitting shoes should be placed in the bins. Anything else is prohibited and must fly with you. Fighters waiting to board, please step back as the gates are closing. Take your seat and immediately
go
pull
ahead.
down your lap bar until tight. There is no seatbelt.
See? Told you,
Raise
you
your
can still go
arms as the
plenty
crew
fast
secures
checking
you.
2 hands.
During the ride, remain seated with hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the
Once
vehicle.
here's the
with head
trick.
back and
Put
feet
your foot
down at
right
all
there,
times.
and
We
then
must
you
stop Shadow in his
push pull on the
tracks.
right
With
and then the
power of
left.
emeralds,
It's
you
real
can
easy.
help
You just
save
step
the
in each
world.
time. That way you're only taking 1 step. During power hours, you're usually ready once the train gets the transfer table. And then once it's been stopped for like 5 seconds, it's ready. Alright, go ahead. Alright, good job. Now you know how to do that. Alright, who's ready for controls? Are you ready for controls? I'm ready for controls. As soon as the train parks.
Welcome back, fighters. When your vehicle stops, pull down and push up on your lap bars and exit to the left. Report to debrief and then re-enlist for another mission. Thank you all for your efforts to save the world.
Right.
Oncoming fighters,
In here.
please step quickly through your gates.
This is our
Only
esteemed
loose-fitting
control
shoes should
booth.
be placed in the bins. Anything else is prohibited
And,
must fly with
of
you.
course,
Fighters waiting
we
to board,
chose
please step back as the
consign
gates are
because
closing. Take your seat
we
and
are
immediately pull down
distinguished
your lap
people,
bar
and
until
distinguished
tight.
people
There
choose
is no
consign.
seatbelt. Raise your arms as the crew secures you. During the ride, remain seated with
So
hands,
we've got
arms,
our
feet, and
some
legs
spare height sticks over
inside
here, a
the
water
vehicle,
cooler, a
with
fire
head
extinguisher, we got a
back
hose
and
over
feet down at all
there.
times. We must stop
We got our
Shadow in
park
his
phone, our
tracks.
A phone,
With the power of the emeralds,
we got our
you can
lovely
help save
chair,
the
and our
world.
panel. Let's take a look at our beautiful consign panel, and there's never an ugly consign panel. Alright, panel enable. That's basically your power. Operation mode. Auto manual transfer. Only maintenance usually puts it in manual mode. Auto mode does not mean the same thing as it does on Intimates. Auto, you still have to hold the buttons down. Gate control, auto manual. That's what I was talking about earlier. If it's manual, then they have to be manually opened. Maintenance bypass, that's not for you. Exit gate control, you close those yourself. You don't have to be able to close it. Acknowledge as if the ride throws an error. Basically, you're acknowledging to the ride's computer that you saw the error. And then maintenance can take steps to rectify it. You got your e-stop over here. E-stop lockout. Locking out, same as any other ride. Got your lockout box. If we do have to do group lockout to evac the lift, and you, by the way, you will be climbing that entire lift during responder training. I might even have you evac from up there. If you want to, although you might have to evac from up there. Everyone's lockout. We put the main lockout on the e-stop lockout. And then we put the main key from that in the box. And then the box has little holes in it. And then you guys all put your locks in the holes and then keep your keys on you so we can have our whole crew lockout in case we need to evac.
When your vehicle stops, pull down and push up on your lap bars and exit to the left.
So we got our e-stop, cuts out of the ride, e-stop reset.
Thank you all for your efforts.
We pull the e-stop up and then you hit the e-stop reset to reset it.
Quickly through your gates. Only loose
Ride start, that's for the morning.
Anything else is prohibited and must fly.
A ride stop just stops everything at the next available control point.
Take your seat and immediately
Lift start, that takes 2 people. Someone walks out there.
Raise your arms as
and then there's an A phone out there. They'll call you, and then you're going to say, ready, 1, 2, 3, and then you both hit your lift start at the same time. You'll hold the ride start alarm, which sounds exactly the same as the lights at Great America. And then your lift stop just stops the lift chain from moving. You got your restraints button, your HMI enable, which you have to press in order to use the screen, and then your beautiful, distinguished, absolutely amazing mushrooms for your dispatch buttons, which you have to hold the entire time. Let's take a look at our little screeny here. As I said before, you have your run diagnostic, that's for maintenance. Transmode off. Main menu. Don't really go there that often. You've got maintenance mode, again for maintenance. Got your telemetry up here, your weather information. And then you got everything up here on the left side is everything has to light up green. Release all seats. If you're going to unlock things, you have to use the HMI. That's just how it is. You have to tap release all seats, and then it lights up green, and then you hit it, and then it lights up yellow, and then you hit it and you lock it up. It's going to light up yellow whenever the seats are still unlocked. And to unlock individual seats, see those lovely buttons on top or bottom? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you hold up a 1, it's 3 and 4. If you hold up a 2, it's 1 and 2. So let's say someone holds up an 8 and 2. You hit the button on the way bottom right, and then you press restraints. And then those two seats are going to release. You're going to say up bar 3, 4. You're going to say up bar 8, 1. Row 8, up bar 1, 2. That's what you're going to say.
Welcome back.
And then when you lock it, you're going to say down bar, please recheck.
Push up on your lap bars and exit to the left.
And it's going to go the same for any other. All right, now for sending the train. What you're going to do is you're going to sit here, all nice and lovely. You're going to wait for the gates to get closed. Once those are closed, you're going to hit restraints, and you're going to say down bar, and then everyone's going to go check. Checking. That's what they're doing. Then, when everyone's out, you're going to hit the exit gate control button. And that'll close the exit gates. And then, you're going to look over there. You're going to look for the high clear. But you also need to be looking around at anyone else, in case anyone else calls a hold. And then, when it's time to dispatch the train, you're going to say, all clear. And then you're going to hold those mushrooms the whole time until the restraints pop up on their own. And you have to make sure that the restraints pop up, because if they don't and you let go, they might not. And this ride's a little weird. If you let go at exactly the wrong time, it's going to throw an error. And
then re-enlist for another mission.
Yeah, that's how you get guests to hate you.
Oncoming fighters,
especially if they're also ride-ups, because they know what you did. They know exactly what you did. Alright, down bar.
Take your seat and immediately pull down your lap bar until tight. There is no seatbelt. Raise your arms as the crew secures.
Like I said, when it hits the transfer table, you say ready. When it stops for at least 5 seconds, you say ready.
Down at all times.
Close those gates, exit gates.
With the power of the emeralds, you can help save the world.
In addition, Dr. Ivo Robotnik also has his own set of release forms pertaining to the use of his technology, available at Gun Lab. We ask that all volunteers obtain
Finalhazard's ready.
Before heading to the briefing zone to begin
all clear?
the mission. That is all.
There you go. Very nice.
Welcome back, fighters. When your vehicle stops, pull down and push up on your lap bars and exit to the left. Report to debrief and then re-enlist for another mission. Thank you all for your efforts to save the world.
All right. Everyone's one more dispatch. Everyone's coming in, coming in, coming in, coming in.
Only loose-fitting shoes should be placed in the bins. Anything else is prohibited and must fly with you. Fighters waiting to board, please step back.
Down bar.
Take your seat and immediately pull down your lap bar until tight. There is no seatbelt. Raise your arms as the crew secures you. During the ride, remain seated with
Row
hands,
6 needs an
arms,
unlock.
and legs inside
Right,
the
tap
vehicle,
that.
with head back and feet down at all times.
That.
We must
Tap
stop
that.
Shadow in his tracks. With the power
Up
of the
bar.
emeralds, you can
Row
help
6,
save
up
the
bar
world.
3-4. Down bar, please recheck row 6. All clear?
Welcome back, fighters. When your vehicle stops, pull down and push up on your lap bars and exit to the left. Report to debrief and then re-enlist for another mission. Thank you all for your efforts to save
That
the
is
world.
it.
Oncoming
Go
fighters,
ahead and give her
please
back
step
your
quickly
spot.
through your gates. Only loose-fitting shoes should be
All right,
placed in the bins.
let's walk you out so you
Anything
can
else
take
is
your
prohibited
test.
and must fly with you. Fighters waiting to board, please step back as the gates are closing.
All right, so that's
Take your
it
seat
for
and
the
immediately
final
pull
hazard
down your
training.
lap bar until tight. There is no
Right
seatbelt.
now, this is the ride that everyone wants. We're going to try and get as many people trained here as we can, but only a special few can have this as their home
Attention all
unit.
base personnel, please stand by for an announcement from Gun Commander Stone.
Now, everyone's
This is
excited.
Commander Arthur T.
This is a
Stone.
really fun
I'd like
ride to
thank
work,
all of our volunteers
especially in the
for joining
environment it's in.
Operation Finalhazard
You get to have
and for
Eggman and
working
Gun
with Dr.
Cephalorani.
Robotnik,
Gun, by the way,
despite
stands
his
for
reputation,
Guardian
shares a
Units of
common goal
Nations.
saving the world from the
They're
cataclysm
basically
that awaits
like
us.
the
I'd like to
CIA
assure you
or
that through your
FBI and
cooperation and training, you will accomplish
Westopolis.
this goal and save mankind.
They're the ones who
With that
gunned
in
down
mind,
Maria.
Time is of the essence and is running short. Therefore, we ask that you follow
And
orders
Shadow,
from
who we
personnel
thought all got
to the
over
right
that,
as we direct you
is
through
definitely
launch
not
pad
over it.
zone. With your help, we can
That's why this
save the
exists.
world. Thank
Anyway,
you again for volunteering
I want to thank
and
you
for your
all for
contributions
watching.
to Operation Finalhazard and to
Rooting for
citizens
everyone to
of
get this
Earth.
as their home unit. Then that means you get to test ride it if you open here. And the soups here are really awesome guys. If you guys do AMs fast enough, then everyone gets to test ride. And it's an early entry ride, since usually there's no issue at all getting this thing open in the morning. It's a B&M. That's what B&Ms are. Very nice and reliable. And don't throw errors very easily. This thing's a tank. This will go down once, maybe every 2 days. It's a tank. Especially for being a brand new ride. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, training for this ride. We look forward to seeing you at the next one. Peace out.